Philadelphia. So I'm not going into the Ben Simmons trade realm because I don't think he's going to get traded this season. And I'm also just like, we know the players they want. I can't even come up with a creative name that maybe Philly would think about. You don't need Pascal Siakam when you have a Joel Embiid there. I don't even think would Toronto give up Fred VanVleet in a Ben Simmons trade. I don't think that they would. And then Philly would probably say that that's not enough. So I'm more so looking at, okay, who can they get without moving Ben Simmons? And then you have to look at players they still aren't going to move. You're not trading Embiid. You're not trading Tobias Harris. And then all of a sudden you're not trading Seth Curry. Now all of a sudden
you're not trading Maxey.
You're not trading Maxey unless it's a, Ben Simmons and Maxey in a Damian Lillard trade, because I don't think you need to attach stuff.
Probably not trading Tybal.
But that's my point and you just don't have a ton of expendable salary matching. I think Danny Green comes closest. I'm not even moving him. $10 million a year with a non-guaranteed salary for next season. I like what he does. Even George Niang has given you some big minutes. Furkan Korkmaz was playing better, falling off a little bit. But you have a bunch of these guys in a Shake Milton, in a Furkan Korkmaz or a Niang who are not playing these huge roles, but they've done well for you. So I just have guys, these are more so flyers who deepen the rotation. And I also, Philly's offense, I think in the playoffs, they'll definitely need some more jet fuel in the half court, but they haven't needed it so far. But the names I have, these are not splashy. I have Justin Holiday, because I'm just going to name him for every single team, apparently. I have this one, here we go. Not deep cuts, Malik Monk, and I'm going in reverse order right now. I don't know if the Lakers would trade Malik Monk, but he's cheap enough to where if they did decide to move him and they need to clear up a roster spot as part of another trade, or they want to sign someone off the buyout market, Malik Monk, I think he gives you some extra shot creation. But again, you have Maxey, you have Milton, you have Harris. Do you need Malik Monk in the playoffs? Maybe, probably not. I don't know. This is the name that excites me. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oshae Brissett. This is the guy.
Deep cuts.
He can defend so many different positions. He's not going to give you a whole ton on offense, but he has hit his threes at a decent clip this year. Philly's been off defensively. I know a lot of that is Joel Embiid has missed time, but they
missed time and not been at full strength when he hasn't missed time.
Well, he's been amazing defensively when he's been on the court.
Fantastic, but still not at full strength, as he admitted himself after the game before we were recording this.
And I think when you look at some of their other, like Matisse Thybulle, how many minutes can you play him without him hurting you on offense? So
zero.
Seems a little mean, but
I get what you mean.
You need to I don't know that Brissett's going to do enough on offense to play as many minutes as Thybulle, but you just need to kind of fill smaller gaps. And he's so cheap. He's younger. I don't know what the Pacers want for him, because they should be playing him more, and maybe they'll open up minutes for him with some of their trades. That's just what I came up with, because I'm not even, maybe you trade Danny Green, but for who? Danny Green and what to get who? I just, Harrison Barnes isn't enough of a wing for this roster. I'm at kind of a loss there. Eric Gordon would be super nice for them. That's the name I thought about. But to get to his salary, it's just, even Danny Green, you still need to come up with like another $4 or $5 million from there. And so it just gets a little difficult. And I don't know if I want to give up Danny Green, because he's going to give you more of a positional spectrum on defense than Eric Gordon, who, by the way, been great this season, was good last season, but he also got injured last season, like so many other seasons before that. So his health is obviously a concern.
I don't have much to add. I feel like it just about says it all that we're talking about Oshae Brissett as the name that excites you for this team.
I think there are names, and a friend of the podcast, Brian Toporek, could definitely, if I asked him for something, he'd probably spit out 50 of the non-Ben Simmons trade variety. But this is just, I can't, to me, if I'm keeping Danny Green and Seth Curry, you can't get too creative with the Sixers.
Right.
Was basically
right. I'm right there with you.
Although I would say Brissett was at least a creative name.
It was creative. It's just also telling.
I just want
not
Brissett
mutually exclusive concepts.
Fair enough.